Mr. Nolan, you told us we could count on your loyalty. You didn't tell us you were coming here to defend the Communist Party. Is that what you want to do?
We know they're out there, but I'll be damned if I know how we're supposed to find them. You know, it'd be a lot easier on everybody if you all wore some kind of identification like a pin or a bumper sticker. Then we wouldn't have to sit here and go through all this. Make it a lot easier on everybody, now wouldn't it?
I beg of you, please don't make me do this. Don't make me crawl through the mud. You know who they are. My friends.
They are communists. Now, why do you feel like they ought to be protected? We need to protect this country from the ideas that they're spreading through their films and their television shows.
Look, when I joined the party, they were trying to help people. I thought they were trying to help people. It was the Depression. People needed help. It was a good thing then.
Son, you came here and you confessed your membership. Now, all we're asking you to do in good faith, and also to purge yourself of your mistakes in the past, is to help us in identifying the people in those photographs.
Look, I don't want to be an informer.
Real Americans have appeared before this committee, and they have demonstrated their loyalty. I want to ask you something. How do you think we got your name in the first place?
I thought you were no longer a member of the Communist Party.
I'm not. I told you.
I think you're still a member of the Communist Party, and I know some people that'd be very interested to know that.
Yeah.
Would you speak up, please, son? There's nothing to be ashamed of here.
Okay, David, it's time. They're ready for us. Mark my words, David. You're going to come out of this thing bigger than ever before. Let's just get it over with.
In spite of his past, no one say that Abe Barron is un-American. This committee has rarely seen such a demonstration of patriotism. Every one of the names he's named is a wound to the heart of communism and a victory for the United States of America. And you can tell him that Veldy says we can all sleep better tonight because of this man.
It's way down front, David. On the left-hand side.
Would the witness please state his name and address for the record?
David Merrill, 2851 Winona Place, Hollywood, California.
All right, would you please stand? And hold up your right hand. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Be seated. Let the record show that Mr. Merrill is represented by counsel. Counsel, will you identify yourself, please?
Felix Allen Graff, 1830 Jefferson Place, Los Angeles, California.
All right. You may proceed, Mr. Taverner.
Your profession is that of a film director, is it not?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to begin this examination, if you don't mind, Mr. Merrill, by getting one matter cleared up at once. It'll make everything go more smoothly. Mr. Merrill, are you now a member of the Communist Party?
No.
Were you ever a member of the Communist Party?
No.
Did you attend Communist Party meetings in the fall of 1939?
12 years ago, in an organization as perfectly legal as the Republican or Democratic Party, where I heard they were getting together to talk about new ideas, yes, I attended a few Communist Party meetings.
Right. Now, would you tell the committee the circumstances under which you attended these meetings? That is, when, where?
Well, I only attended 2 or 3 at the most, I think, and it was over a period of 2 or 3 weeks.
And what were the circumstances under which you stopped attending these meetings?
Well, they threw me out. I think I just argued too much.
And where did these party meetings take place?
Los Angeles.
Could you be more specific? Were they held in someone's home? Let me restate the question. Were these meetings held in halls or in your own homes?
Homes.
In whose homes were some of these meetings held?
Mr. Merrill, in whose homes were some of these meetings held?
Mr. Chairman, may I confer with my client?
Oh, by all means.
They want the names, David. That's why we're here. Come on, you can't beat these bastards. You keep this up, they'll tear your goddamn head off.
They've already done that.
Fuck 'em. I beg to be excused, Mr. Chairman. My client has just dismissed me.
What?
I ask you again, Mr. Merrill, in whose homes did those Communist Party meetings take place?
I will be happy to answer any questions about myself, but I will not answer questions about anyone else.
Mr. Chairman, I introduce as evidence these photographs of the witness attending a rally of the Federation of Atomic Scientists of the California Institute of Technology, April 17th, 1946. I ask that they be marked Merrill Exhibit numbers 1 through 15.
You may do so and let it be part of the record. The witness will examine these also.
Mr. Merrill, did you attend this rally, and is this, in fact, you in the picture?
Yes, it is.
It is our understanding that the topic of that rally was the elimination of the atomic bomb as a strategic weapon. Is that true?
Purpose was the elimination of the atomic bomb, period.
And you were there as a member of the Hollywood Peace Forum, were you not?
Yes, I was.
I read from a statement made by the chief of the Federal Bureau of Investigations, J. Edgar Hoover, wherein he states, "The Hollywood Peace Forum cries for peace every chance it gets, but has as its sole aim only one purpose, to disrupt public opinion on the matter of the atomic bomb long enough to give the Soviet Union a chance to complete its preparation for war, i.e. their bomb." You were there as a member of the Communist Front Group, weren't you?
I was there as an American citizen who has the right to meet anybody, any place, at any time.
And who were some of these people that you were meeting with as an American citizen?
I told you, I will not say...
Just answer the question, please.
I am ready and willing to answer all questions about my own actions, but regardless of what might happen to me, but I will not answer any questions
Mr.
about
Merrill,
anyone
this
else.
committee has been assigned by Congress to examine the extent, character, and objectives of subversive conduct in this country.
If I had seen what I had thought was subversive conduct,
I think that this has gone on
I would
long enough.
have considered it my duty to report it to the proper authorities.
No, Mr. Merrill, that's just what we're going to give you the opportunity to do, sir. And why don't you start now? Who were these people you attended the meetings with?
I'm not going to let you hurt innocent people.
Mr. Merrill, as sure as I'm sitting here, I'm going to charge you with contempt of Congress unless you answer that question.
You have my answer.
Mr. Chairman, this witness has been very unresponsive, even hostile toward the purposes of this committee, and I'm sure that he's breached his constitutional protections. But, Mr. Chairman, this committee always wants to be fair, and with that principle of fairness in mind, I should like to give Mr. Merrill one more chance to address the issues that warranted his appearance here. Do you deny there was a Communist Front meeting held in your house on September 21st of last year?
September 21st. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then just tell me if the following people were present at that meeting. Dorothy Nolan, Joe Lesser, Nellie Lesser, Claude Rowan, Bert Allen.
Wait a minute. When I came back from France, there was some friends of mine who threw a surprise party at my house. You want me to tell you who was there? That way everyone at my house that night would be a communist. I'm not going to do that.
Never mind that. I want to remind this committee, and I want to remind you, that we've got sworn testimony from Mr. Larry Nolan that David Merrill held a meeting of the Communist Party.
Did Larry Nolan testify that I found him burning books in his trash because he was afraid to be caught with those books in his library?
Well, maybe those books ought to be burned. Our libraries are full of that communist filth.
Burning Alice in Wonderland, burning Huckleberry Finn.
Listen, Mr. Merrill, I want to know how many communists you knew. I want to know how many you know. I want to know how many you've worked with. I want to know what your association is with them. I want to know their names. That's a very simple question.
Would the congressman yield?
Yes, I'll yield.
Let me ask you, is Ruth Merrill now, or was she ever a member of the Communist Party?
My wife.
I think you mean your ex-wife, don't you, Mr. Merrill? All right, here she is right here, Mr. Merrill, at the ban the bomb bash that you all threw. Clearly mocking our government. Now, sir, do you think an individual such as this should be allowed to teach impressionable young children in school?
Children have the right to meet and discuss their government in school or any place else.
She must be barred from influencing young minds. And I am personally going to see to it that legislation is immediately adopted requiring all teachers to take a loyalty oath to prevent someone like this from teaching again.
Because she doesn't want them killed by atomic bombs?
No, because she is disloyal.
By teaching them respect for their Constitution?
All right, is Ruth Merrill a communist, or has she ever been a communist? Yes or no?
No, never. Absolutely, categorically, no.
All right, what about Dorothy Nolan? Was she ever a Communist Party member?
She's dead.
That's not what I asked you, Mr. Merrill. All you have to do is sit there and answer these questions. Was Dorothy Nolan a member of the Communist Party, yes or no?
Don't you have an ounce of decency?
Mr. Merrill, unfortunate as it may be, Dorothy Nolan was a known drunk, an unfit parent, and on several occasions had been named to be a member of the Communist Party.
She was a good wife, a good mother, and you're responsible for her
on several occasions as being a member of the Communist Party.
She was falsely accused. She couldn't get work. Her son was taken away from her, all because of this committee,
Dorothy Nolan killed herself, and the Communist Party twisted her mind.
In the name of ridding the world of communism, you destroyed her life.
Was she or was she not a communist?
Don't you have any shame? She's dead!
Mr. Merrill, I'm getting tired of sitting here and acting as though we're playing some little game, when all the while this committee and its activities may very well determine the future of this great country. If there is one communist in America, sir, I say that's one too many. You seem to care very little about this country, Mr. Merrill, and no concern at all for the damage that you and your communist friends have inflicted on the minds of free Americans through your films and your television. Sir, your refusal to answer our questions leaves us with little doubt, sir, that you are still a member of the Communist Party. Therefore, a threat to this great nation. Call the next witness.
Chairman, I might not move that this witness be fined, cited for contempt.
I might not be the best citizen in this country, but I was raised to stand up for what I believe in, and I'm going to raise my son in the same way. And as hard as that is, sometimes I'm going to try to live it. And if that isn't what a real American is, then we failed. God damn it! Shame on you.
You are dismissed. Remove him. Stand away. Stand away from that stand. Stand away.
Shame on you.
Call the next witness. Call the next witness. Anyone?
It's funny, David.
Quiet.
You're gonna end up going to jail, Mr. Merrill.
This hearing will come to order. Hold up your right hand. You do solemnly swear the evidence you're going to give this subcommittee will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, I do.
Be seated. Proceed, Mr. Beverly.
Mr. Baxter, your profession is that of a screenwriter, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Are you here pursuant to a subpoena?
Yes, I am.
I'd like to begin this examination, if you don't mind, Mr. Baxter, by getting this matter cleared up at once. Mr. Baxter, are you now or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
Mr. Chairman, regardless of any consequence to myself, I must refuse to answer that question for many reasons. Primarily, it violates my rights under the First Amendment to the Constitution.
No, Mr.
We all
Baxter,
have rights to the freedom of speech, sir.
No,
Freedom of speech, the right to the freedom of assembly.
Answer the question.
I'm trying to answer your question, Mr. Chairman, but under the circumstances of this hearing, I must use my constitutional rights as an American citizen.